शम्भु मे श्याम मेरे शिवं शङ्करं शम्भु मे श्याम.
Hi friends, this is NJ, host on this channel. So we will continue our discussion around different major arcana cards. The card which we are going to discuss today is the card number 6, the Lover's card, and we will have our discussion on the same 4 parameters. First we will try to understand the illustration, the design, then we will try to understand the divinatory meaning of this card. We will also try to understand that what would remain to be the case when this card would come out to be reversed in your reading, because in tarot the reversed card has got a different meaning compared to its upright position. And the last would remain to be the real life situation where this card can be fitted into the lives of the people. So let's just start our discussion with a quick recap of all what we have studied so far. We have already discussed that tarot is basically used for doing a character analysis, to get a glimpse of the future, to get a solution to your immediate problems, immediate dilemmas, and to elevate, to increase your spiritual state. When it comes to this series which we are doing, we are following the Rider-Waite tarot cards, because across the globe there are different pack of the cards which are available, and different people follow different cards based on their suitability and their liking. But this Rider-Waite tarot cards are the most easy and recommended ones for the beginners in tarot. So when it comes to understanding these tarot cards, they are they can be divided into 2 chunks: major arcana cards and the minor arcana cards. Arcana is a Latin word which means secrets. So major arcana cards are 22 in numbers, minor arcana cards are 56 in numbers. Major arcana cards tells about more impactful, more long lasting, more spiritual and higher conscious reasons. So any point of time while doing a reading, if major arcana card has come, it would just indicate that something very important and of great importance is happening in the life of the person. And the minor arcana card just tells about life on a very mundane level, your daily finances, emotions, feelings, mental strife, all that gets seen from the minor arcana cards. So let's just continue our discussion on the major arcana cards, because they are 22 in numbers with one unnumbered card, which is the Fool. So it has been believed that it is the Fool which is on its journey of the life, where he is experiencing different different events, different circumstances. He is going through the hopes, joys, sorrows which all of us goes through in our this incarnation before attaining the fulfillment in the last card. So in our this discussion, we have already discussed the Fool card, which is about the beginning. We have already discussed the Magician card, which is about taking action. We have discussed the High Priestess card, which is about being receptive to the influence, which is about the non-action. The Empress card, which is about the amenities, luxury, your fertility. We have discussed the Emperor card, which is about the authority. Then comes the Hierophant card, which is about the custom, religion, social approval. Now we have reached, the Fool has reached on his journey to the card of the Lovers. So what does this card represent? So first of all, when it comes to understanding this illustration, so as you can see, there is one angel which is showering cosmic benediction on these 2 fellows. So from the mirrors of the spirituality, the man represents the conscious mind, the woman represents the subconscious mind, and the angel here represents the the super conscious, with the sun on the background representing the enlightenment. So it has been believed that the same fundamental principle of the meditation, the yoga, that the mind, the conscious mind, needs to root from the subconscious in order to attain the fulfillment, in order to meet the divine, get the blessing of the divine. And as you can see in this pictorial representation, that behind the woman you will see this kind of tree, which is the tree of representing the knowledge of the good and the bad. This the fruit is the is the fruit of the the control over the 5 senses, and the snake is the representation of the sensation, the temptations which arises from the subconscious. Then behind the man you will see this this kind of leafless tree with this kind of trefoil of flames, which represents the 12 different zodiac signs. And just because if you have attained, the mind has attained the fulfillment, and the mind from the help of the subconscious has attained the divinity, you will see this kind of mountain which represents the fruitfulness of the correct thought. So this is about the depiction of this card. Now when it comes to understanding its divinatory meaning, So it can be understood on 4 parameters, 4 attributes. First, this card tells about the relationship, how you relate to others, how we sympathize to others. Now this attraction towards others, it doesn't get restricted only on a personal or a physical level. This could also be seen as the union of some kind of ideas, beliefs, group system. So the first is about the relationship and relating to others. Second is about sexuality. So this card chiefly tells about sexuality as well, about whether it's about your desires, your fascination, or actually having coitus or getting into sexual acts can be seen from this card. This card also tells about establishing your personal belief, where you stand in life, in life, where what is your current standing, about your philosophies, also gets seen from this card. And the lastly, this card also tells about about developing and determining your values, that all those ethical and moral crossword or the dilemmas situation which we face, so all that gets seen. So all these 4 domains get covered from this card: the relationship, sexuality, establishing your personal belief, and determining your values. So this is about the divinatory meaning of this card. Now when it comes to understanding if this card has come out to be reversed in your reading, what would this indicate? So trust me on this, there are certain cards in tarot which are by themselves, their name only, their pictorial depiction only reveals a lot about the circumstance, about the situation. So if upright card is about harmony, about love, little bit of the struggle between sacred and profane love, and if this card has come out to be reversed, this is a clear indication that the person, there are about chances of quarrels, infidelity, wrong choice in the matters of the love. So this is what we can indicate from this card. Like the same way, we have a justice card, and the reverse card would just tells about injustice. We have a judgment card. Reverse card would just tell about taking a wrong judgment of the situation. You're not able to interpret the situation correctly. Same is the case with this card. When it comes to understanding its sync in the real life of the people. So if this card has come out to be, let's say for example, the person has come to you and he just wants to get an idea about the situation in which he is. So a person who is dating someone and want to check the prospect of that relationship, whether that is going to culminate into marriage or not. If this card has turned up in an upright position, this would just indicate that yes, the angels are guarding this relationship. This relationship is bound to be of good for you. If you will take this relationship seriously, you're going to get fulfillment, contentment, peace and happiness. And let's say for example, if this card has come out to be reversed in those situations where the person is dating someone, he's still in that courtship period, not clear about the authenticity of the person whom he or she is dating, and this card is reversed, this is a clear indication that this person is not genuine, this person is not legitimate. This match should be taken with a proper pinch of salt. So this is what this reverse card indicates. And same is the case with in the matters of the relationship, in the union and the partnership. Upright card just tells about that the intentions of the person is very much clear. The person is not duping you, person is not conning you. And let's say for example, if this card is reversed, so even from the perspective of the partnership and any kind of the mutual alliance, this relationship, this prospect doesn't look to be very fruitful. So this is all what I wanted to say on my take on the Lovers card. I hope I made myself very informational and clear in this video. For further more updates and notification on tarot, please subscribe my channel and like my Facebook page. Thanks.